So we don't play this. One of the students is coming out of the bathroom now. She just got showered up. I'd like to thank everyone for being part of this. This is something that a group of us do through Partners in Health, Save Kids, Child Alliance. There's a lot of different groups that the ones in the red shirts participate in or on. I'm going to start by recognizing them first. I'm kind of recognize my group or that we're responsible for, and then the fire department, EMS will speak, and then we'll open it up, and then also Mr. Britt. But first, Adam, if you'll stand up so everybody knows who everybody is. Adam Palmer, which is the Buckle Up Coordinator for Save Kids. Most of you know him through EMS. Amy Yao, Callaway Yao. You would know her through the Butterfly House, Child Advocacy Center for the hospital. Shannon Batchelor, Director of Student Services, and about 4 or 5 more titles with the school system. Tammy Albertson, Partnership for Children. Heather Meisenheimer, Health Department. Most of you know her as the pool inspector and the restaurant inspector. Debbie Bennett. Debbie Bennett is Public Information Officer through Safe Kids. And Gregory, with Gregory Special Effects and his group. I'll let you recognize
Jordan Bosey, my assistant, also Special Effects Make Parts, and this is Josh Thomas. He was going to take a video today. He's also our FX grip to make sure that everything gets done so we don't have to worry.
Okay, Jeremy Henson, his first time being with us this year. Jeremy Henson with Henson Production. He does videography. He's got a couple of short films that he's working on now. Check him out on Facebook. But he will be doing our video for this event here. We have done this without any funding in years past. Luckily, we was able to get some funding through the ABC Board of Albemarle. 7% of any ABC board has to be given to public education, of alcohol education. So we get 75% of that 7%, and that's what money we use to put this event on. We give the fire department and pay the videographer and the makeup artist, and the food is courtesy of that, and Milano's provided that today. So it takes a lot. We start working on this generally in January, talking about the prom dates, who do we want to target. In years past, we skipped a year with y'all here because of the fatality that happened. I believe that young man is a senior this year. Is that right? So we did not do that last year because of that accident that happened several years ago. But we're trying to do this on a 2-year rotation at each school. And this year it's South Stanley and West Stanley. The other schools are actually getting speakers, which is Allison Hudson. She has a blog that's called The Lush Life. She is a recovering alcoholic and is doing a great job. She first spoke at Albemarle High School yesterday, and she also spoke at Partners in Health, the Health Expo. So that's kind of our group. That's why we're here and why we're putting it on. And this time, well, so it doesn't come back to me. I feel like everything went really well. The grand finale with the helicopter is always a disappointment because it comes in. But overall, I can say out of this group, where is she at? The one that had the face.
She's out.
She's right there. Okay. Thanks to Gregory, that was one of the best ones that we've had yet out of, what, 6-7 years. Very graphic. It's his artwork, but you were toting it, so that looked really good. 911 caller. We had a little sound issues beforehand, but when we got the actual skit, it was perfect. And you did, I'd say, probably the best job on a 911 call we've had yet also. So very good on that. All of you did a great job. And what we said, you may feel like a fool out there hollering and screaming, but it looks really good for the participants or the spectators and for the film. So y'all did a great job. This time I'll turn it over to Chief Rummage for the fire department.
Appreciate all of you coming out. First off, I'd like these guys, all these boys on the fire and rescue here, I really appreciate them because they had to take off from their daily job to do this because this is volunteer. But most of all, I appreciate the opportunity to work with all y'all and do and put this on. It means a lot to get to do it and get the point across. But let's just hope it stays to the training exercise. Okay, that's all I got, Brian. But I appreciate everybody.
And that was missing a judge this year. We generally have a judge that speaks, Judge Tucker. He had a son die in a traffic accident. That's very impactful, but actually I forgot that Chief Rummage had a brother to die, and it filled in perfectly. So thank you for stepping in and doing that. Tim with EMS.
You put me on the spot.
There you go, buddy.
Well, I mean, I got thrown on the spot this morning, which was all right, not a big deal. I really think it was a great educational experience for the high school students, also for EMS and the fire department, all working together to make this happen. I think it went good. Daniel did a great job of triaging. Everybody did a great job of treatment. Outside of the helicopter not coming in and throwing that front loop, it pretty much went like a normal call would go. I think it worked really well.
Thank you. Trooper Henry.
I don't have much to say, but I really enjoyed it. Probably about my, fourth or fifth time doing it again.
Yes, sir.
Very impactful. I go around, I cover about 10 counties doing this kind of thing, and this is one of the best ones to see. So thank y'all for everything. It was a lot of hard work. I just kind of snuck in and did a little talking. Y'all did all the hard work. We appreciate it. Appreciate letting us be a part of it. Thank you.
As you see, Trooper Henley's stature is kind of hard to.
I need him in the school.
Trooper Henley.
He's your stereotypical trooper.
Okay, Henley. So he's very impactful when he speaks. But he drove for 2 hours to get here. He's from Surrey County. So he come from Surrey County to participate with us today. Trooper Wallace, you have anything to say?
No, sir.
Thank you very much. The key to this, and we really don't realize it, but for the students there, it's actually a employment opportunity. I'm not saying employment, but for EMS, law enforcement, and fire, it's a recruitment tool to go out there and show them what you have to offer. When I was out there at 16 years of age, believe it or not, I was able to tow the pager, and George Reynolds was the principal, and I was able to respond on calls as a student out there. And I started from age 12 when actually Chief Rummage was at the old station. I would go as a student wanting to be a fireman from that point on. So when you're out there or you're in the eye of the students out there, just think about you're setting an example for them, and hopefully that will be the next firefighter or EMS or law enforcement person. We do have 2 law enforcement explorers here. They're displayed in the sheriff's office, but I think most of them work with the police department mostly, isn't it? That's the sponsors, the sheriff's office. They participate a lot with the Albemarle Police Department. So they come out and help us and with these events, and also Safe Kids Day, which is May 3rd. Okay, Mr. Britt.
Put me on the spot. Well, I appreciate it. First of all, I'm going to introduce the kids here. I don't know if you all got to meet them. Before I do that, I went around this morning. I unfortunately had double booked, and I was summoned to the county office and had to go attend to that situation. And but I went around this morning. I spoke to all the classes to kind of let them know, one, prepare them in some sense of what was going to happen, but also that they take away from this a more powerful message. And one thing I shared with them, I'm in my 19th year in public education as a teacher, as a coach, and now as an administrator. And I had lost count along the way, somewhere around 15 or 16 funerals that I've been to, students that have passed on, or from car accidents, most of them, and how that can be very traumatic to see those families. But then I got thinking about you guys. God only knows the number of times that you've come up on these situations and how difficult I can imagine that is. And I want you to know how I appreciate your professionalism and your commitment that everybody gets the attention and the service that they need and the help that they need. And as a group, I know when we're in the public sector that sometimes we don't get all the financial rewards and all that stuff, but I just want you to know as a individual, I certainly appreciate what you guys have done throughout your career to help not only just the students, but even in my own personal family at a time not too long ago. So just wanted to share that with you. And most importantly, I want to recognize a great group of kids right here. If Rasul, you'll stand up. Callie, if you'll stand up. And Cody and Samantha and Dakota. And I'm missing one. Get up, Tristan. Get up. If you'll give them a round of applause. I sent out, and y'all can sit down. I know you want to stand up. But, I sent out when it first came to me, I said, I need to get some kids to do this. And I said, I don't know how many would want to do this. And so I sent out a little form to the students. We're all into the one-to-one computers and all that now, and every kid's got a laptop. And it's been a great experience. So I sent out who's interested in doing it. I got like 80 responses from kids that wanted to be a part of this. And so then I had to send out to the teachers, and I said, well, select out kids that you think will be responsible and have a flair for the dramatics, right, Callie? And to be able to do this and do it seriously, but most importantly, get a message across. And I think they did a pretty good job of selecting the ones that they have. So, again, thank you. All right, and I thank all of y'all and what you've done to hopefully come this Saturday, as I told them this morning, have a good time and dance. But on Monday morning, I'll see all their happy, smiling, growling, whatever faces, okay? So if we can do that, that's all this was worth, okay?
Great. Thank you. And we're going to sum it up by saying that just like the newspaper that was there asked about how many wrecks have we had, or how many injuries, or how many deaths. We basically used the 1 year that we did not do this since we've started. We had alcohol-related incidents at a party. Matter of fact, it was a party stemming from a South Stanley prom, but it affected 3 different schools. And several of those players, several of those people actually got kicked off of the high school baseball team at Albemarle. So with that said, it's not saying that they're not doing it. We're saying that we feel like they're more responsible after doing this. And we've actually had some students, don't know where it's at because it's been several years ago, walk up and tell. Actually, it was a South Stanley event, the first year we did it. Walk up to one of the sheriff's deputies working the prom because they remembered seeing her there and said, after that, we elected to change our mind on going to a certain party or doing something different that night. So that's pretty powerful to say that, especially an 18-year-old to walk up and tell a police officer that, or that was a sheriff's deputy. So we feel like we're doing some good, and believe it or not, to hear the kids afterwards, they really want to see it. That they're tuned into it. In years past, we were afraid that we're going out there and kids leaving, getting in their cars and leaving. No, they want to see what's going on. So we feel like we're making a difference, and we do appreciate y'all's help on that. Anyone else? Pros, cons on the event. Marty did sound. Is Marty still here? There he is. Anything on the sound? I apologize for not recognizing. Marty has been with us every year doing the sound, which makes it very impactful also to be able to hear that the communications. It makes it more realistic. But thank you very much.
And Dave's been with us every year.
Dave's not here though.
He's working today.
Those of you that don't know, he is a real 911 communicator. Brother Dave, there we go. Plenty of food left. Get a second round, or third, fourth round. That's it.
Well, y'all need to shower, or what do y'all need to do?
I'm definitely.
Good to go.